Hello, in this video we are going to cover adding some options to the product that we created in the last video. So to get to your products, we're going to go to Products and Catalog. And the first thing you'll notice is that there's about 2,000 products, and it's not going to be terribly easy to find ours scrolling through these. So Magento changed the way that they filter products in the latest release. Previously you would have seen some searches right across the top here. What they've done is they've actually condensed this into a filters feature that has some more options, and it's a little bit more powerful than it was before, even if it's very slightly more inconvenient to use. So we are going to fill in the name surface into our filters and click Apply Filters. So now that we've found our surface, we're going to go into the product, and then we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and expand configurations. We're going to go ahead and create configurations, and configurations are anything that makes the product configurable. So you'll notice in the new version that they've actually made this nice little configurations wizard for you. In the previous versions of Magento, you would have had to go out and create various attributes and then assign those attributes and then make those configurable, or do your configuration on a single product basis. This actually combines the best options of those two and makes it so that you can configure things on a single product but use those options elsewhere, and we'll cover that a little bit later. So in this case we are going to create a new attribute because color, format, and size don't really fit for the product that we're adding. So we're going to create a new attribute, and we are going to call this attribute RAM. We're going to make it a drop down, and we are going to make it required. So you'll notice there's two scroll bars here. One because it's very slightly larger than my screen, and then one for the actual Magento feature itself. We're going to add some options. So RAM could be 4 gigabytes, or it could be 8 gigabytes, or it could be maybe 12 gigabytes. So let's look through some of these other options. So we've got advanced attribute properties. In this case, we're going to add attribute code. So the attribute code is what Magento actually uses to identify the attribute. So in this case, we are going to call this computer underscore RAM. We're going to make the scope global, which means the attribute will function for the entire store. We will not make this unique, because it doesn't need to be. And then everything else we ought to be able to just about leave alone. I will go over a few other options. So there is a use in search option that will determine whether or not this attribute is used in search. And I'll go ahead and set that to yes. We're not going to configure any of this, but used in layered navigation. The layered navigation is actually what provides the filters feature on the left side of your Magento catalog pages. So we're going to make this filterable with results. And that will be all of the options that we configure for now. So you'll notice now that we have a brand new attribute called RAM. So we're going to select that and then click Next. And we're going to make all three options available. And then in this case we are going to skip images. Go to Next. And then we'll generate products. Now we could have done different prices for different products, but in this case we're just going to leave it default. And save. So the attribute we're looking at here, or the option we're looking at here, is an opportunity to set this in the default attribute set. So you can think of an attribute set as a base template when configuring a product. The default attribute set will have everything that Magento thinks is originally required to set up a product in the store. If we wanted to create another product line, like let's say we're going to have a bunch of computers, then we might want to do an attribute set that's simply called computers. So let's do add configurable attributes to the new attribute set based on current, and we are going to put in computers and confirm. So now we're going to have a computers attribute set to create new products, and that computers attribute set will include RAM. And we have successfully saved our product. So let's go over here to the front end and go ahead and grab the SKU. Actually, first we need to flush cache to make sure this all shows up. So full page cache, which is another wonderful feature that was not in the community version. We're going to flush Magento cache. You'll now see that all of these are green. Come over here to the front end, and we are going to search for our SKU MSFT Surface Book, which we find here. And then we can choose our 12 gig. Thank you for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.